heart. We can change if we try. Just believe it's worth your time.
Hey, hey.
Thanks to Jeff Clark of Warrior Global Media, I am getting to meet all kinds of people, and you are going to get a chance to meet them too on this week's programme. A big welcome to Antony. He is a cinematographer and he is also a film director, and he's collaborating with Jeff on this fabulous series that he's putting together that sounds so exciting, and really looking forward to knowing a bit more. Antony, welcome to Marbella. Welcome to Marbella now.
Thank you, pleasure to be here.
Have you ever been to the Costa del Sol before?
I actually live here part of the year.
Well, there you go. How come we haven't met? So which area are you located?
Down near Estepona.
Which is a very nice area as well.
Very nice, very quiet, but yeah, plenty of local shops, local people.
And
very
how
nice.
did you get involved with the now infamous Jeff Clark?
It all started about 5 years ago when I was working on a music video for a young musician from England, and he'd been ripped off by the people who were supposed to be fixing up all his locations out here. They'd taken his money and run.
Surprise, surprise.
And he bumped into Jeff by coincidence, and Jeff offered him loads and loads of help. He said, have this villa, have this boat, whatever you need. And yeah, we just stayed in touch after that.
Well, you're working on a very interesting series now. Can you tell us a bit of what it's about and what it takes to put this together? Because I can't believe how many people are actually involved. There are so many aspects, so many ripple effects of each aspect. It's quite intriguing.
Yeah, well, this current project is called Selective Intelligence, and it's going to be a series in which we take a group of young people, many of which will be disadvantaged, maybe some are unemployed, maybe some have run into the law, or otherwise they're feeling insecure about their future, insecure about themselves, and we're going to put them through a training procedure, as would happen with the SAS MI6, teach them various skills that would be useful in their everyday life.
How have you made this selection?
We haven't made the selection of people yet. We're going to start casting them and putting out open calls on the media to see people who are interested in taking part, and then we'll run through their personalities. We'll get psychologists to see if they think they'll be suitable.
Will that be based in the UK or here on the Costa del Sol?
That part of it will be based in the UK, and then we'll be bringing them over to the Costa del Sol for most of the filming.
To do like I suppose a camp kind of atmosphere and...
Yeah, a boot camp, physical boot camp, and a series of intellectual mental challenges, getting them to do various tasks.
So reality TV at its best?
Indeed, reality TV, yeah.
What's it like? Is this your first involvement with reality TV?
It is indeed, yeah. Most of my background's been in music videos or feature films. So at first I was a little bit hesitant when Jeff asked me to get involved in a reality show, because there's a lot more involved. Instead of having everything under your own control and doing repeated takes, you've got to be ready. You've got to have the camera team around you who can respond to anything unexpected. If a fight suddenly breaks out, they've got to be there to capture it. If someone falls, you're them capturing it.
A lot of responsibility.
A lot of responsibility, and yeah.
And a lot of planning. A lot of planning. To pull this off, obviously, you need specialists in each field.
Yes.
We're going to be chatting with a couple of those, but again, a difficult selection to get the team in place to be able to handle this type of responsibility.
Again, very difficult, and we've been very lucky that we started off small with just one person, and then they've known somebody else, and other people have got involved, and we've now got some amazing people involved in it. We've got Carlton King, who's ex-MI6, and we've got Phil Campion, who's ex-SAS, and both fairly well-known people in their fields.
So you've got right professionals there on scene.
Indeed, and we've also going to have some people behind the scene monitoring the performance of all the contestants. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to give anything more away about them.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of secrecy going on. You have, as you said, worked a lot behind the camera.
Yes.
Before being a director. What kind of movies have you been involved with? What kind of music things? How was that experience?
Okay, well, for many years back in my past, I used to be a great fan of progressive rock music, and I was lucky enough to get to know some of the key bands in that field, and as a result of that, I got to work with them on documenting their concerts Once did a 15 camera shoot in the Birmingham. Again, once did a 15 camera shoot for a band in Birmingham Town Hall, a band called the Enid. That's pretty impressive. And as a result of that, met other people who wanted video shots. So we've been doing tours around various music festivals in Europe.
Must be a lot of travelling involved.
Yes, a lot, but I love it. You get to see new people, new places.
And the time frame for this coming to our screens, when can we be expected?
Well, so far we've shot a load of footage as a trailer, and we're putting that together over the next couple of weeks. So hopefully there'll be a trailer out there for people to see.
Looking forward to it. So you'll be travelling back from here in the Costa del Sol to the UK quite a bit in the foreseeable future.
That's right, back on Wednesday, and we're going to have our editors working on the footage we've been shooting.
Exciting times. Yeah. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Really looking forward to getting more involved and learning more about the project as it progresses.
We'll keep you up to date.
I'm looking forward to it. It's lots of fun, especially when it's such a good incentive to take maybe kids that don't have a direction and at least help them, you know, feel good about themselves. Always a good place to start.
And help them towards employment.
Exactly, exactly. It could be the stars of the screen for the future.
Yeah.
Well, Antony, it's lovely to meet you.
And you?
I have to go up to Estepona a bit more often. Have you been to Maison Casa Horta?
No.
You must go check
That's
it out.
good.
Really typical Spanish food in Estepona.
Fantastic.
So, yes, just off the main street. So check it out.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you.
And you.
In addition to the fabulous insurance that you get with Línea Directa, being a Spanish company, they cover you by all the local Spanish laws, plus they have a fleet of tow trucks, mechanics, garages, hotels, lawyers, whatever you need. Línea Directa truly do cater to our expats' needs, and all we can say is yes, thank you very much. This is a really nice option to make sure we keep ourselves very safe. If you want more information on this, please go to their website, lineadirecta.com, or call them on 952 14 78 34. That's 952 14 78 34, because Línea Directa are putting your safety first. Again, thanks to Jeff Clark of Global Warrior Productions, but it's also with E17 Boy Studios, promotions, not productions, publications, anything. He's a busybody. He's got his hand in everything, and he's bringing some fantastic people to Marbella, which is wonderful in itself, but also to Marbella now, so we get a chance to meet people like Big Phil. I call you Big Phil?
You can call whatever you like.
I'm nervous. I watched a few of this guy's videos online, and oh my gosh. A powerhouse, I mean, a force to be reckoned with in your own right, apart from being part of the Her Majesty's Armed Forces, commando, parachuter.
I wouldn't go that far. Legends in your own tea break, maybe, but that's about it, you know what I mean?
Well, it's lovely to have you here. How are you finding the Costa del Sol?
Yeah, I love it here. Habla más o menos español.
Well, yeah.
I feel at home here, you know what I mean?
And is it like, I mean, on TV in England, there's this Only Way is Marbs, which is nothing like our real Marbella, which I hope that everyone who comes here gets a chance to appreciate, that it's more like this, off air, behind the scenes, where you get to meet people who, like Phil, have come here to work,
yeah,
be
absolutely.
part of this new reality show, and a lot of it is based on challenges, physical challenges, which is where you come in.
So what you can do with people is you can strip them all down to the same level. It don't matter if you've got 10 pence in the bank or 10 million quid in the bank. Once you stood in front of me, you're worth what you're worth. And at the beginning, that's nothing. Do you know what I mean? You've got to build that up, you've got to earn that respect, and then you earn your place. And it might well turn out that the geezer that got nothing, in my eyes, is worth more than the geezer that's got 10 million. But I want to try and get them all to the same plateau. And that's where we're at.
I always make my references to Michael Jackson, man in the mirror. Everybody stand up, be counted, and look at yourself, and I suppose
absolutely, you've got to have that.
You've
got that moment with yourself as well. I can take you to the water, but you've got to drink it. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to have that moment with yourself where you say, right, this is it. This is my time. Do you know what I mean? This is what I can do. But sometimes you've got to throw a little bit of light on that for people to see that. and see their potential and unlock what they can actually do. Change their mindset a little bit to make sure that they can actually achieve, because everybody can achieve, do you know what I mean?
I do. When was your moment, and who showed you the light?
Oh, I've had loads of moments, honestly. My life's been a roller coaster. I've been that low sometimes I could get under a snake's belly with a top hat on, do you know what I mean? But then other times in my life I've been that, oh, you couldn't drag me down if you had a 10-ton weight plastered to me, do you know what I mean? So, but I have had in my life a couple of times. Once was when I was in care, when I was in the children's homes, and I was drifting along going nowhere, and before I joined the army I had to have a serious, what I call a come to Jesus moment in the mirror with myself, where I said, look Phil, you are a fool. You are throwing away opportunities, they are stacking up and you're knocking them over. You need to at least grab one of them and get yourself in some sort of direction, and that got me on the road. But you know, since I left the military I've had some really down times, and I've had to, you know, it's only 4 or 5 years ago that I had a really hard time, and I was, you know, living with no money in a caravan on a building site, filling skips, and then wearing charity shop suits, cutting around the ivy and that in the evening, and you know, trying to build myself back up again. Again, you've got to have a come to Jesus for yourself. Phil, you're in a mess. Sort yourself out, son. And these sorts of lessons, because they've been learnt by me, I can pass them on to these young'uns, and if they listen, if they have their come to Jesus moment, then they'll progress, won't they?
I undoubtedly see this as just a fabulous mission, and with you expressing that the military for you, without a doubt, those rules, the expectations, the obligations that brings, helps you find a track, a purpose, which is really nice. But you were in the real military, you left, you've been on the street, and I think a lot of us agree that is just crazy. How is that possible? And obviously this is something that you have been involved with, from what I've seen online.
I'm involved in a lot of the charities, a lot of the issues that veterans have and all that sort of stuff, but I'm also getting involved front end as well, because I believe your rehabilitation into civilian street from the military should start on the day you join. So I like to see people dovetailing from the very beginning, learning stuff about being exposed. I viewed civvies as almost beneath me when I was in the military, because I was bred to be a part. I was bred, I'm the military, I'm the best, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the other. I didn't mix with civvies at all, you see. So when I came out, I didn't have an understanding of them, and boy, I needed an understanding really quickly, because it was like I was failing in every aspect of my life. You know, so I had to bring all that on board. So it's about dovetailing different people together and making sure they understand each other as well.
Do you think it's dangerous that we've come to a point where it looks like that the military has such a large disconnect from the people, that the people should be worried?
No, I don't think you should be worried, but I think it should be recognised and that it should be embraced. And don't forget, all right, we do highlight, in order to help people, the bad sides of stuff, but there's a lot of positives as well, do you know what I mean? And there's a lot of geezers doing extremely well. So it's not all bad. You know, I'll get to these guys, they do interviews now, and the first one, you know, have you got PTSD, and how many people have you killed? And those are sort of like your first questions you get with anybody nowadays. You're like, well, no, one of them's got nothing to do with you, and the other, no, I haven't, all right? Do you know what I mean? So you're like...
I'm really glad it wasn't one of those people.
Yeah, so, yes, it's a difficult...
But it is a very different world. When I came back from Madrid to the south of Spain, from when I went from England here to Spain, the differences are so big, they're so noticeable, and I found it difficult to even go in La Sala for the first couple of years.
The bigger the difference, the easier it is to identify. So there's a positive there straight away, do you know what I mean? So rather than getting a negative and go, oh, what a massive difference, that's going to hurt me, I go, no, what a massive difference, I can identify the whole thing. So I'm in on it straight away. So I always try and find a positive from a negative. You know, I always refer back to my childhood, and I say, look, I was beaten quite badly as a child, but one of the things I did learn very quickly was if you kept still and calm, it didn't hurt as much. That's a positive. It's a beating, but it's a positive, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
God,
so there's always a positive somewhere, do you know what I mean?
There surely is, and a guy with his glass who is certainly half full, I imagine most of the time when you can, and it's certainly on and up right now. You've written books?
I've written 4 books, yeah. I've made a few documentaries. I do an after-dinner circuit. If I'm going to come to Marbella, I'm going to speak to you people. It's called Who Dares Grins, and Big Phil will be entertaining you in a few restaurants and that sort of stuff. So that's me plug, shameless as it might seem, but it's there. All right, so come, or I'll come and find you.
Exactly. This is Big Phil. I'm telling you, Phil Campion is no one.
You know that, yeah. Well, you know, just find Jeff, and Jeff will find me, and I'll find you. So you can't hide nowhere in Marbella. I can tell you. All right, I'll have you.
It's nobody's fault. A pleasure to have you.
If you fancy, just come and have a drink with me. I won't bite you. All right.
Phil, it's been an absolute
awesome
pleasure.
No, thank you very much. All right.
So much. I survived.
Nice one.
Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a brand new